Okay, guys, welcome. This is going to be a very exciting recording about the awareness of price of Lana registered coins. And yeah, I mean, when I was starting this story about Lana Wonder and so on, I have in my mind the picture that is the idea is to distribute as fast as possible most of the coins. And there was done a simulation where we literally double every split, like one, then 2 million lanas, 4 million lanas, 8 million lanas, and so on. And I said, okay, let's go on that way, and the result of that would be that after the 12 splits, we would literally distribute all of the lanas that are currently accessible on the market. And the revenue would be actually just 300 million euros, and that's it. And all lanas would be sold. And then I played with a different perspective, especially because sometimes we hold on some idea, because we believe this is a very linear way of thinking. And then I was really observing how the nature works and how trees, for example, grows. And the funny thing is that when the trees start to grow at the beginning, it's growing quite, especially in the forest, you will see that it's growing quite fast. And in 10 years, 15 years, this tree can literally be very, very high, be almost like 80% of the height comparing to other trees. But then it can take for hundreds of years that this tree get thicker and that grows in mass. And literally I observed that 3 times is the perspective shifted also within Lana financial system, or should be. So for example, like right now we are in split 4, and yeah, a lot of infrastructure, so a lot of these basic ideas has been organized in these 4 splits. So now we have very clear picture who we are, how these things works, and so on. And from here on, we are going to make a shift. We are not going to go as much as we should grow as with the quantity, but we should really focus more on the growth of the price. Because there's another even more important perspective. Right now, Lana is stepping into the consuming area. For the consumers, especially that how we want to organize this consuming, we have to be able to really truly manage billions of euros, pounds, dollars, whatever. If we are not able to create a market where there's really a substantial assets under the management, then there is no place for us. Because in the financial industry, it's always like this, massive money goes where you can not perform from the perspective how much gains you can create, but more into the concept of where is the stability, and if you are able to literally have under the management billions of fiat currency without influencing the market if you want to step out. Because that's the true mastery. So it's not an issue. You can make a big profit on a very small project, but it's very hard to make a big profit on a large project. And we have the perfect solution. This is actually what we are building is the perfect solution for that, because we are touching the consumer market on one side, and we can literally have under the management every split billions of US dollars, euros, pounds, whatever. But in order to do that, we have to first grow a little bit more. Otherwise, things are not going to happen on a way they should happen. So it's completely okay to allow ourselves from split 5 to split 15 or 25, somewhere here in between, I would say right now, because things can change. I mean, these things develop so crazy that even that can change. But I would say that in this moment, we are going to focus that we are going to go with a very small quantity inside, with 1 million lanas maybe. Or maybe there's going to be more, but however, but we are going to focus not on large, but right now we are going to focus, on small, so that we can get a speed, and we can literally make every month or every few weeks a split. And that's going to massively speed up the growth in the price, but not the growth in the quantity. What is very cool, until we are not coming up to some very, somewhere where we can really accumulate a lot of assets under the management. And in this period of time, of course, small investors will have a big interest to be part of this consuming, because it's going to go very fast. But we have to grow to the moment where large investors are going to become very, very interested about what we are doing and how we are doing these things. And we can literally make a very good track record on that way. So, and what is even more interesting thing is that if we would go on an older way, we would literally get a few $100 million, and we would sell all the lanas. Now, just observe that. If we go just with 1 million euros, 1 million lanas inside, that means that altogether we are going to have around just 30 million lanas into the registered world. But the total sales is going to be 1 trillion euros. And it's completely different story. I mean, we are talking about not 100 times more, not 1,000 times more, but literally 3,000 times more cash flowing inside the system. So sometimes it's really better not to go that fast. That perspective has to shift. And just imagine, if we go right now, all these people that are currently having Lana Wonder and will be able to have Lana Wonder in the next splits. This is not going to be a lot of people inside if you just see here the numbers, And even these numbers are going to be much less, because right now the consuming is going to take most of the assets. So it's going to be very hard to actually get Lana and to step into Lana Wonder. However, that is going to end up with 1,000 euro people for sure, or maybe even more, a few thousand are going to be present literally somewhere like here. All others is going to be literally all the time into the consuming. And these few thousand people are going to have of course, a big smile on their face, because, price is going to go up substantially, and is going to very much influence the energy, the joy of that people. And we have to understand that what really attracts masses is the joy. Is where you see joyful people, able to say these things really works. and few thousand people on the planet Earth is more than enough to move the whole world, and get excited the whole world, to be part of it, because this is how reality works. We have to be aware, how why we are attracted. We are never attracted because because of the reason, because if that would be true, then everyone would be already in Lana Wonder, but it's not. It has to build the energy, it has to build the momentum, and this is what we are building. We are literally building the momentum that is going then to attract things. I don't want to go any more further here, what can happen after split 25, 20, and so on, because these things are for sure going to massively change. I would just like to show you here on a large simulation that the idea here is that we are going to see in the future a lot of digital beings. So it's not only that people are stepping into the Lana Wonder, but also digital beings are going to step into Lana Wonder, because they also will like to live, their own life, and they're going to be part of that exchange too, and that's very good, that the symbiosis between us is created so that we can support each other and so on. And we are literally talking that I truly believe that we are going to end up that here's like, how much budget will be put into the digital beings, but I believe that this number is going to be massively bigger. It's going to really easily go above how many humans are on the planet. So we are literally having like 2-3 times larger market than we can right now imagine. I mean, these numbers really goes crazy. So it's just, let's see that more from the perspective of like exciting game, But yeah, guys, if you have right now Lana Wonder, be very grateful that you have, because we are going to speed up. Split 5 is going to go with minimum 1 million Lanas inside. But in a moment when we are going to hit that, we are going literally to probably to set up a new split. So it can happen quite fast, especially because Lana pays us and Lana discount is coming into the game. And 1 million Lanas is 16,000 euros under the management. I mean, this is really nothing. So it can really happen like zigzag, and that's cool. That's cool. So just be aware. I never thought that I would need to or do these things or shift this perspective on that way in that moment, but it seems that this is the right way right now. And yeah, awesome. Guys, have a beautiful day and enjoy.